interrogation process, when I'm interrogating a character and exploring that character, I can interrogate that character in relationship to different scopes of time. I can interrogate the character about his or her history going back to their first memory or all that. I can do a lot of that. In other words, I can create the background, create the history in the sense of who they are. I can interrogate a character or two characters about their relationship, which maybe only has been going on for 5 years. Now, that's a smaller section of time, but this is all the history in the background. Then as I'm getting closer to wanting to go into a scene, I can be interrogating the characters about what's been going on in their lives just prior to that scene, setting them up for the entrance into the scene. And then I can even make a shorter period of time, I can interrogate a character about a moment in the scene that's going to happen, or something that's going to be revealed, or an attitude. So the interrogation process can be very broad and wide in terms of time, or very specific and even myopic. My goal for each is slightly different. Obviously, I want to create a lot of history. And I may be focusing on a relationship, and I want to create an aspect of that relationship or explore an aspect of that relationship. When do I know when I have what I want? One thing I want, which is totally contradictory to, I think, traditional directing, or where a lot of people work with actors and characters, I want uncertainty and chaos. I don't want clarity in the character. I want the character to try to be fighting for clarity and to be fighting to keep everything under control. But really in the interrogation, I'm creating chaos, different feelings about another character. I love him. No, I hate him. There's contradiction, and I won't try to clarify it. I'm going for the chaos very much. For you that are listening, the chaos you live with every day. The chaos we all live with. We all live in this state of emotional and mental chaos. Life is complex, it's confusing, it's contradictory. That's just the way it is. And that's the way I want it to be for the characters. So many times my goal is to create the conflict and the chaos. And I love it sometimes when I'm talking with the actors after a rehearsal session, and they are telling me about their experiences as the character so far, and how complex they are, and how they don't know quite clearly yet what the character wants or why he or she wants it, because there are so many possibilities. And I said, great, that's great. Where traditional ways of working with actors and characters is, what do you want in this scene? What's your goal? Focus on that. What's your objective? Blah, blah, blah. Focus on that. What's your active verb? Focus on that. Well, quite honestly, in my experience of a few years, life doesn't quite work that way. Life sort of works like, what do you want to get out of this? What do you want to get in this next moment? I think I want to get this. Or what if you don't? And your life works with chaos going into any moment of your life. Complexities, different things, not knowing what's going to happen. Now, this is one big thing in the world of traditional acting, where an actor has a plan. And I've often said probably too many times, one of the most dangerous things on the set when you're shooting is an actor with a plan, because you're not going to get an authentic performance. You're just going to get a manufactured performance. But the way things work is we have a character's plan. I have a plan. I have a plan coming to this interview. I had an idea. Well, this interview and all of this, being here with these two guys filming this, has it turned out the way I thought it would be? Absolutely not. Is it going okay? I think so. Is there chaos in my head at this moment? Absolutely. That's life. And I want to keep the characters in that world of uncertainty, of chaos, of trying to weave their way through the jungle of the world that goes on inside them to try to get to the goal that they want, which means they cannot go into that scene planning how they're going to do anything as the actor. By that, I mean, don't plan how you're going to say that line. Don't plan on how the reaction you're going to give there. Don't plan that stuff. Because as soon as you do that, you're making everything artificial. If you can allow yourself to be totally in the character and be trying to follow the character's plan, which is a plan of naivete and innocence, because you do not know what's going to happen. Allow the scene as it evolves in front of you to surprise you. Surprise you, the character, and allow the character to respond the best way he or she can to that, knowing that whatever the response is, it's authentic, it's real, it's genuine. In this documentary that we just made about the interrogation process, the actors said, talking about the process, said, the wonderful thing about this is I've been working with Rob, the other actor, on this scene for a long time. I know the many different ways he's done the scene. I have no idea how he's going to do it the next time. I have no idea. There's nothing I can count on. Nothing. And Rob's sitting there going, yeah, I can't, they can't count on anything. So they go, every time they go into the scene, they go in naive, trying to manage their way through the chaos that they're going to run into. That's the goal.